Have you ever wondered if grey hair is really just about getting older? Most people assume graying is completely genetic, something unavoidable that simply comes with the age. And yes, genetics play a role, but as a licensed hair care practitioner, I can tell you there is more to the story. In many cases, premature or progressive graying may also reflect changes happening inside the body. This isn't about miracle cures or internet hacks. This is biology. Today we are talking about one essential mineral that many people overlook. A mineral involved in the natural process of hair pigmentation and cellular health. I'll explain what it is, why it matters, how much you actually need, and where to get it naturally through the food. Let's dive in. Hair gets its color from the melanin, the pigment produced by specialized cells called melanocytes inside the hair follicle. As long as these cells function efficiently, hair maintains its natural color, but when melanin production slows down or melanocytes become less active, pigmentation gradually fades and gray hair starts appearing. Now, melanocytes don't simply stop working randomly. Several factors influence them, like aging, genetics, oxidative stress, and something that often doesn't get enough attention, which is the nutritional status. Certain nutrients directly support the biochemical pathways involved in pigmentation, and one mineral in particular plays a critical role. That mineral is copper. Copper is essential because it supports the activity of tyrosinase, an enzyme heavily involved in converting amino acids into melanin. When copper levels are insufficient, this process becomes less efficient, and when pigment production decreases, hair color can gradually fade. Copper also contributes to collagen formation, connective tissue health, and antioxidant defense systems. Why does that matter? Because oxidative stress is one of the biggest threats to melanocyte health. When oxidative damage accumulates over time, these pigments producing cells become less efficient and eventually some stop functioning altogether. This is why maintaining adequate nutrient intake isn't only about appearance, it's about supporting normal cellular function. Now balance matters. More isn't always better. The recommended daily intake for most adults is around 900 micrograms of copper per day, a relatively small amount but an important one. Modern diets, especially those centered around highly processed foods, may not always provide adequate amounts. There is another important point here. Excessive zinc supplementation can sometimes interfere with the copper absorption. I frequently see people taking high dose of zinc for immunity or skin health without realizing that nutrient balance matters. Before jumping to supplements, food should always be your first strategy. Whole foods provide nutrients in combinations your body is designed to utilize efficiently. So where can you naturally find copper? Some excellent sources include beef liver, which is one of the richest dietary sources, sesame seeds, easy to add to meals and snacks, cashews and other nuts, unsweetened cocoa powder, lentils and chickpeas, shellfish, especially the oysters. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is consistency. Regularly including nutrient-dense foods over time generally matters far more than the short-term changes. But nutrition is one of the pieces of the puzzle. You can optimize nutrient intake and still struggle if chronic stress, poor sleep, or lifestyle habits continue increasing the oxidative stress. Poor sleep, constant stress, smoking, excess sugar intake, all of these increases the oxidative burden in the body. And when the oxidative stress outweighs your body's ability to defend itself, vulnerable cells, including the melanocytes, are affected. This is why I encourage people to think beyond a single nutrient. Hair health reflects overall health. Supportive habit matters. Quality sleep, stress management, regular physical activity, balanced nutrition. These systems work together. Now let's stay realistic. If a follicle has completely lost its ability to produce pigment, there is currently no guaranteed way to fully restore it. However, in earlier stages, when pigment loss is gradual rather than complete, improving the internal health may help support normal cellular function and potentially slow the progression. Gray hair isn't necessarily the enemy. Sometimes it's the information, a reminder to pay attention to what your body may be asking for. You may not control genetics, but you can influence the nutrition, recovery, stress levels, and daily habits. And occasionally, something as small as correcting a nutritional imbalance can have a bigger impact than expected. Focus less on reversing time, focus more on supporting your biology. That's where the real health begins. Still, if you want something topical to apply, here is the remedy which you can apply externally and your hair can get benefit from it. I'll see you there. Till then, bye bye.